Now I swear on Hongjung's Minion plushie, I had no idea this was happening. Hello my friends and pals and whoever else might be watching this strange silly little vlog. I have decided to challenge myself and make content that I would want to see others make. My plan on how I'm gonna be spreading the ATEEZ agenda is gonna be revealed as the vlog unfolds. My only problem with this video was that I have no idea how to film vlogs. So watch me take my first steps into madness, because seriously, I almost had a mental breakdown thinking about how to make this video. I do not know how other people do this so naturally. It feels very unnatural to me. As you've seen from the title of the video, in this vlog, me and my friends will be going on our neighbor Balkan country, Bulgaria. I have never been there, but me and my friends love traveling, so we've been planning this trip for a very long time, a whole 8 days. I've also decided to not make my face reveal into a big thing. I've seen what you guys do to dream. I have too much anxiety and not enough subscribers that would die at my feet for that, so here's my face. However, I will be wearing the iconic Hala Hala mask that my avatar wears to keep my channel brand alive. I got this mask from Etsy and it's great quality, so I will put the link in my description. The person who made this is amazing and I think her name is Selena, and I would buy a lot from her if I could. Oh, also let me introduce you to my friends. They are the ones who chose the nicknames. I've had a lot of thoughts about how to film this vlog and what to do. Originally, I was gonna be talking to the camera, but then I realized I have crippling social anxiety for that to happen. Well, not so much as realized, but more like remembered, so that means you're stuck with my narration for now. On the way to the place we'd be staying, we passed by this wedding dress shop, and I told my friend if I ever get married and I'm not in a red dress, that's not me up there, and to shoot the imposter. The place we would be staying at had pros and cons. Pro was this swing, a con was this shower, which was separated from the rest of the bathroom by only a thin shower curtain. You can feel my confusion here. Before we did anything though, I wanted to give my friend her birthday present, which was almost a month late, but it's the thought that counts. I got her this excellent beanie and also got us matching frog rings in our representative colors. I could not find a black one for me, so I had to settle for white because there was no way in hell I was gonna be wearing yellow or green. After that, my friend attacked me with affection, and then we were off on our first journey. We found a mini market that had all types of Asian food, and I have barely tried any Korean food, so we got ourselves some jjajangmyeon, which my friend explained this was a black bean sauce noodle. My friends got some soju as well, but since I don't like alcohol, I got some soda with the name ramune, which was the only non-alcoholic drink I could find that wasn't a kid's juice. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but ramen apparently is a Japanese soft drink. I got the strawberry flavor, I believe, but more on that later. They were also playing FX's music video on one of the TVs, which I thought was pretty cool of them. After that, we got hungry and decided to get some McDonald's because it was near us. The place was decorated for Christmas, which was lovely, but in hindsight, maybe it wasn't the best decision to get food from there because they got our order wrong. And instead of the 3 double cheeseburgers, they only gave us 2, which meant we had to split the portion into 3 pieces since none of us liked confrontation. We then decided to go play some board games. We accidentally ran into a mass of people which may have been there for a protest based on context clues. I lost my friends for a bit, I found them again, and then Google Maps led us into a dark and creepy alley. Worry not though, we figured it out, and turns out it was a different, more dark and creepy alley that we were supposed to go to. But we got kicked out of the shop because we needed to have a reservation made beforehand. We then went to a different board game shop and we couldn't sit because it was full. I forgot to film that part, so we decided to explore the city a little bit and look at the historical site and churches. Lots and lots of churches. But then we finally found a shop that was available, and it must have been destiny because this shop was pirate themed. It also had these fabulous frames and decoration which made me feel like I belonged there. And since it was late, we decided to play a calm game of cards and call it a day. Now you may be wondering why I'm telling you all this and what does it have to do with the title of the video? Well, my sweet summer children, that's because for every place we went, I had planned to airdrop ATEEZ related QR codes. I made this little QR code that led to the guerrilla music video and the song Propaganda on Spotify. Because, get it? I wanted to literally spread the propaganda. But a miscalculation on my part was that I did not consider the fact that iPhones are not that popular in Balkan countries. I don't even have an iPhone. So a lot of times this happened. We finished day 1 by going home and cooking the jajangmyeon that we got, and by cooking I mean my friend cooked. We had a nice little dinner. Here's the ramen that I got. I usually don't like sparkling drink, but this one had a very nice and sweet taste. And the bottle was very cute even though we struggled to find out how to open it. Next morning, we ate some impromptu breakfast and got ready for our big trip. Here's my outfit of the day. It might not have been the best decision on my part to wear white considering where we were going, but I put fashion over comfort. When we got out of the house, it felt like the whole city left us and we were the only people there, which I personally enjoyed, but my happiness was short-lived when we met our tour guide, which meant that there were in fact other people still in the city. Our tour guide told us they had a Statue of Liberty here, but it was made out of trash as a statement. He did not tell us that the statue was miniature and that you could barely see it. My plan for day 2 of spreading the ATEEZ propaganda was to carry Wooyoung's photo card around the beautiful places we went to. Why Wooyoung, you ask? Because it was his birthday that day, so I wanted to take him alongside to our adventures. I saw a horse and then slept through the rest of the ride. First stop was the Bat Cave, which apparently was the place they filmed The Expendables 2. It was very beautiful. This is where the bats were supposedly, and here's my friends playing with rocks inside the cave. It was very dark, but Wooyoung always shines bright, and as you can see, I'm a big fan of Batman, so I believe it was my calling when I heard a bat flying over my head. Some may say it was a bird, but I know I have been chosen by the spirit of the bat. We then went to see some waterfalls and I started contemplating changing my whole personality and aesthetic into fairycore. This little friend started following us even up until the biggest waterfall we saw, which was this one. To be honest, I was expecting something bigger, but since it's autumn and nature is dying, I will cut them some slack. After that, we went to eat some traditional food, and to be honest, I don't usually eat my meat half alive, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Also, let me know in the comments what you guys think this black dust is. My friends and I were debating whether this is coal or Oreo cookies. Then I had to face my mortal nemesis, stairs, and I only started filming halfway through. We ended up at an ancient fortress, and yes, the view was very beautiful, but I was too busy trying to regain my lungs at full capacity to really take in the scenery. I'm sure Wooyoung loved it though. When we got back, I decided to put Wooyoung on my outfit instead of carrying him around. And I needed to take a painkiller, so we went to a bubble tea shop because, as the song says, a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down. Little did I know when we stepped into the shop, I would hear my friend tell me, "Hey, isn't that San?" Apparently, we entered a bubble tea shop that was booked for a private event, which I'm assuming was Wooyoung's birthday, because they were playing ATEEZ's concert in Seoul on the TV. Now I swear on Hongjoong's Minion plushie, I had no idea this was happening, and that we'd run into other ATINYs. I was also not expecting to be consumed by my inner capitalism monster and buy 5 Soha photo cards. But in all seriousness, I was super surprised and super nervous. I wanted the people there to like me and recognize me as a fellow ATINY so bad. Inside my head I was like,
Come on, I'm sorry. It's time to go.
No, I'm a star! Please, I'm a star!
remember this was how I walked around. My friend also ended up buying some photo cards, and then we had to leave because, as I said, it was a booked event, so I had to say goodbye with a broken heart inside because I couldn't find the courage to speak to the others there. We then went into a rage room to take all that frustration out. For anyone that doesn't know, it's a room where you go to break stuff. It was very fun, although I do wish they had more bottles to smash because they made a very satisfying sound when breaking. Here's me breaking stuff with Gorilla playing in the background. After that, we stumbled across a Chinese store, and I don't know if East Asia culture is that popular in Bulgaria, or we just happened to stay at a place near all these shops, but it was a beautiful shop, so I was very glad. For day 3, I planned on wearing this hat, which I reformed back when I was home. The design is based on this edit that I found and loved, and here's the outfit I wore with it. First, we went to the archaeological museum, where we saw lots and lots of artifacts. My favorite one was this little fella, and my friend's favorite one was this adorable demonic looking creature. Some more of my favorite artifacts include, but are not limited to, the unrealistic body standards for women, the unrealistic beauty standards for men anti-drug campaign, my fashion sense if I lived in the Dark Ages, spitting image of my dog, Lord Voldemort in the first Harry Potter movie, and the cruel judgmental gaze of my ancestors. I'm sure they're very proud of me. We then went to a natural history museum. This guy greeted us at the front, and I must say, he does not look very pleased with how humanity has turned out. I also found that based on my zodiac sign, I have the same birthstone as Wooyoung and Hongjung. The museum had a variety of things, but their most prominent feature was the birds and the bees. Here are some judgmental cockatoos, bird with W name, Sonha's her inspiration for Guerrilla, another anti-drug campaign, rich ant vibes, and the best paintings I've seen in my life. All paintings of bugs, of course, because other than birds we sell lots and lots of bugs. Like, lots of them. Then we stumbled across this little Christmas market / food festival with live music, and we couldn't help but wander around for a bit. The atmosphere was really beautiful, and you could truly feel the Christmas spirit in the air. I bet it would have been even more beautiful had we went there during the night, but sadly we had to leave. But not without me succumbing to capitalism one last time. You see, when we were walking around, I made eye contact with this alpaca plushie, and we fell in love at first sight. So Mr. Waffles is mine now, and if anything happens to him,
I would kill everyone in this room and then myself.
Very violent eulogy, I like it.
And this whole time I was walking around with my gorilla hat on, so hopefully I intrigued some people, or they probably thought I was an anarchist or something. But yeah, this wraps up our little trip and the first stop of this new series I will be doing on this channel. Hopefully the next episode will be at the ATEEZ concert, since while I'm editing this, they announced the European dates, which means I have to start saving up money right about yesterday. Thank you to whoever watched this chaotic vlog. Here's a little bonus footage of me putting the photo cards I got in my binder and a small tour of it. It's not really well made, since I'm not actually a collector. I just needed a home for the photo cards I was getting from the albums. And as you can see, Wooyoung and Sonha are the members that I have the least photo cards of. Which of course that would happen because Sonha is my bias and Wooyoung is my bias wrecker along with Hongjung, and the universe hates me. You may be wondering where pink sweater Sonha is, and the answer is next to me. I decorated his photo card because it needed to be done. It was calling out to me. And that's all. Thank you and see you again soon.